The INFJ is not just a personality type. It is a rare constellation in the human psyche, a quiet strategist. A visionary who sees more than they say, feels more than they show, and understands more than they ever explain. People call the INFJ mysterious, deep, intense, unreadable. But the real truth is that your mind is a furnace of perception, burning quietly behind your eyes. You're the person who sits in a room and notices everything, the shift of a jaw, the lie tucked inside a smile, the exhaustion woven into someone's posture. While the world sees faces, you see stories. While others hear words, you hear wounds. They call the INFJ rare for a reason. Not because you're strange, but because you're wired for depth in a world terrified of it. You're the quiet one, but your silence isn't empty. Hell no, it's loaded, charged, alive. Inside you is an entire inner laboratory, constantly analyzing and decoding the unspoken architecture of human behavior. You're not just intuitive. You're investigative. You're not just empathetic. You're forensic about emotion. You don't just observe, you profile. People underestimate INFJs because they mistake gentleness for simplicity. But they don't understand what it means to carry a mind that can read patterns before they form, sense motives before they're exposed, decode emotional tension without a single word spoken. Your heart feels everything. Your mind analyzes everything. And the tension between the two? It's a damn war sometimes. INFJs walk around with an inner compass pointed toward meaning, toward truth. Even when it hurts, even when it costs you, even when silence feels safer. This video is not about cliches. It's not, you're rare, you're deep, you're empathetic. No, this is the raw anatomy of your mind, the strategist, the healer, the intuitive scientist of the human soul. Because that's what you are, a soul scientist. A quiet architect of truth, a fierce protector disguised as a soft presence, and my INFJ friend. If even once in your life you felt like your mind was too much, too intense, too deep, too perceptive, I want you to hear me clearly. Your mind is not a curse. It's a specialized instrument, a rare one, a necessary one. Before we begin, I want to hear from you. Drop a comment, tell me. What's the one thing your mind notices that no one else seems to catch? I read everything and I reply, now. Let's step into the labyrinth. Let's explore the architecture of the INFJ mind, the quiet strategist, the intuitive warrior, the soul-reading analyst walking among the unaware. 1. How the rarest personality type brings logic to emotional chaos. You've probably heard people say INFJs are empaths or deeply emotional beings, and sure, that's part of the picture. But what most people never see is that INFJs bring logic to emotion in a way no other type does. Your empathy isn't soft, it's strategic. It's like you can take someone's emotion apart the way an engineer breaks down a machine. You track where the feeling came from, what memory it's tied to, what wound it touches, how it's influencing behavior, and how it will evolve over time. Others feel emotions. You map them. This is your inner laboratory. A place where every experience becomes data, every emotion becomes insight. Every conversation becomes a pattern. Every person becomes a story you're quietly decoding. You're not overwhelmed because you feel too much. You're overwhelmed because you understand too much. Emotional chaos doesn't scare you. It intrigues you. You want to know why people hurt, why they sabotage themselves, why they run from love, why they hide their deepest truths under sarcasm, anger, or silence. Your intuition is X-ray vision. Your analysis is scalpel sharp. This combination is what makes you the rarest personality type, not the empathy alone, but the analytical precision hidden beneath it. But here's the thing no one talks about. This ability costs you. Because once you've seen into someone, their fears, their shadows, their sabotage patterns, you can't unsee it, you hold it. You carry it. You become the guardian of their unspoken truth even when they don't deserve your loyalty. And yet, despite all this knowing, you keep your own complexity locked away, not because you're secretive for the sake of it, but because you know damn well most people don't have the emotional literacy to understand your inner world. So you become the one who brings clarity while living in complexity, the one who helps others make sense of their minds while carrying the storm of your own in silence. My INFJ friend, your ability to bring order to emotional chaos is not accidental. It's who you were built to be, a lighthouse in the storm, but one that often can't speak its own language. What emotional pattern in others do you pick up instantly, even when they try to hide it? 2. Exploring the mind that reads the unspoken language of behavior. You don't just see people, you read them. Body language, micro-expressions, energy shifts, word choices, tone, intent, inconsistencies. You notice what most people aren't even aware they're revealing. Someone says, "I'm fine," but you see the hesitation in their blink. Someone smiles, but you feel the sadness in their posture. Someone jokes, but you taste the fear inside the laughter. You've been reading people like this since childhood, before you even had the vocabulary to describe it. To you, the unspoken is louder than the spoken. This is why INFJs often feel like outsiders. Not because you don't understand people, but because you understand them too damn well. You see hidden motives, suppressed anger, buried insecurities, self-protection strategies, trauma patterns, emotional blind spots, and here's the twist. People think INFJs are hard to read, but in reality, it's everyone else who is transparent to you. Your perceptive gaze makes some people nervous. They can feel that you're not just looking at them, you're looking into them. And that's why people either love you immediately or feel strangely threatened or become addicted to your presence or avoid you like you're dangerous, because deep perception is power. Quiet power, unassuming power. The kind of power the world doesn't always know how to handle. But this gift comes with exhaustion. Seeing everything, even the things people try to hide from themselves, means you carry emotional weight that isn't yours. It's like walking through life collecting stories that no one meant to tell you, but you can't turn it off. Your intuition is always scanning, always sensing, always connecting the dots. And what others call gut instinct in you is really a symphony of subconscious observation, quiet analysis, and spiritual sensitivity. You don't see what's happening. You see why it's happening? What's something you've sensed about someone long before they ever said it out loud? 3. The painful gift of feeling everything too deeply. INFJs don't just feel emotions, they absorb them. You don't witness pain, you carry it, you don't hear sadness. You internalize it, you don't notice energy. You merge with it. Your heart doesn't operate on normal volume. It's an amplifier, a tuning fork, a spiritual receptor. Sometimes you feel emotions so intensely that you don't know if they're yours or someone else's. And when the world becomes too loud, too harsh, too chaotic, you go silent. Not because you don't care, but because you care too damn much. This depth is your gift. But it's also the reason you retreat. Because how do you explain to people that you feel someone's heartbreak before they've even admitted it to themselves? How do you explain that a single conversation can sit inside your chest for days? How do you explain that beauty hurts you almost as much as pain? You don't, you just quietly feel, quietly carry, quietly endure. And when your emotions become overwhelming, the inner critic wakes up whispering bullshit like, "You're too sensitive, you're too emotional, you're overreacting." But that critic isn't truth, it's conditioning. It's the residue of a world that fears emotional depth. This is where naturally I want to share a resource that aligns deeply with this INFJ struggle of inner overwhelm. If emotional heaviness, overthinking, or self-blame has ever trapped you in your own mind, my book, Get Out of Your Head, may help you break free from that inner spiral. It's available in paperback, Kindle, and audiobook on Amazon. Get your copy now. The link is in the description below. It dives into silencing the inner critic, understanding emotional overwhelm, overcoming fear, dismantling self-limiting beliefs, building a healthier internal narrative, becoming a better, freer version of yourself. INFJs feel deeply because you're spiritually wired that way. Not broken, not dramatic, wired. Your depth is your fingerprint. Your sensitivity is your power. Your empathy is your ancient language. What emotion has been so deep for you that you couldn't express it in words? 4. The silent war between feeling everything and needing to retreat. Being an INFJ means living in a perpetual paradox. You feel everything, and yet you constantly need to pull away from everything. It's not avoidance, it's survival. Your nervous system is tuned like a violin, sensitive, reactive, precise. Everything affects you. Conflict, tone, energy shifts, emotional tension, unmet expectations, unspoken resentment, hidden heartbreak. Most people can ignore this stuff. You can't? Your mind registers emotional data whether you want it to or not, so you retreat, to recharge, to breathe, to detach, to stop drowning in everyone else's emotional currents. But the world misreads your retreat. They call it pulling away, shutting down, going cold. They don't realize you're not withdrawing from them, you're withdrawing from the noise in your own mind. This inner war is constant, the part of you that wants to help, the part of you that needs space, the part of you that wants to understand everything, the part of you that's exhausted from understanding everything. It's like walking around with your heart wide open and your mind constantly scanning for truth. It's beautiful. It's brutal. It's the INFJ contradiction. But here's the part people don't realize. Your retreat is not rejection. It's recalibration. When you return from solitude, you come back with clarity, compassion, and insight that no one else could have found. What pulls you into retreat the fastest, and what brings you back? 5. They sense before they think and heal without being asked. INFJs operate on a spiritual frequency. You sense before you think. You understand before you analyze. You feel the truth before the facts reveal themselves. It's not magic. It's intuition fused with deep pattern recognition. You detect emotional inconsistencies, brewing conflict, wounds beneath anger, fear beneath detachment, longing beneath sarcasm. And because you sense so accurately, people come to you without even knowing why. You heal without trying. You comfort without speaking. You guide without forcing. It's in your energy, your presence, your calm. But behind that healing presence is a heart that often goes unseen, a heart that breaks quietly, rebuilds silently, and keeps loving anyway. You're not here to fix people, but damn, your soul tries, not out of obligation, but out of instinct. INFJs heal the world in small, invisible, holy ways through your listening, your understanding, your intuition, your compassion, your insight. You turn chaos into direction, confusion into clarity, pain into meaning. That's the INFJ alchemy. Not loud, not celebrated, but necessary. When have you healed someone without even realizing you were doing it? My INFJ friend. Let's return to where we started. The world calls you the rarest personality type. But rarity isn't about numbers. It's about purpose. You walk through life with calm eyes and a storm inside your mind, not because you're fragile, but because you're perceptive. Your mind is a quiet strategist, a spiritual compass, a human X-ray, a lighthouse for souls who don't know how to name their own darkness. You've spent your entire life navigating the tension between, feeling deeply and analyzing intensely, wanting connection and needing solitude, healing others and protecting yourself, seeing truth and carrying it alone. And here's what you need to know. That tension is not dysfunction, it's design. It's how your mind works, how your spirit works, how your intuition guides you. You are not too sensitive. You are not too intense. You are not too deep. You are not too complicated. You are exactly as you were meant to be, a highly specialized blend of empathy and intelligence, intensity and softness, logic and emotion, sensitivity and strength. You were built to sense the world in ways others can't, to understand what others overlook, to guide without dominating, to heal without announcing, to see souls where others see surfaces. And maybe no one has ever said it to you this plainly. Your mind is a sacred instrument. Stop apologizing for how it plays. Before we end, I want to hear your truth. Tell me in the comments, what part of your INFJ mind do people misunderstand the most? I read every comment, and I reply. If this spoke to your soul, if it made you feel seen, if it made you breathe a little easier, subscribe. Share it with another INFJ who carries their inner world quietly. Because INFJs may be rare, but you are never alone.